Good evening and welcome to Team Talk. I'm Keilan Webster. Here's tonight's lineup. Tom sets the British records. The Kent Crusaders pick up a big win. And John Church teaches us some trick shots. But first tonight, it was a record-breaking weekend for race walker Tom Bosworth at the British Indoor Athletics Championships in Sheffield. The Sevenoaks walker came first in the 5k race on Sunday, meaning that he's now British champion. He also set a new record in the process. A time of 18 minutes and 39 seconds meant that Tom now holds the British record over the distance, and the result also moves him into the world all-time top 30. Barry Hawkins is snooker's new World Grand Prix champion following a 10-7 victory against Ryan Day at the weekend. The Disson-Kewis lost the opening frame in yesterday's final but produced 5 century breaks, including a 1-4-1 to roar into a 9-3 lead. The world number 12 was made to sweat though, as Day reeled off 4 consecutive frames to get within 2. The Hawk eventually crept over the line to secure a 10-7 triumph and claim his 3rd ranking title. It was yet another busy weekend of football across the county. Harry Peets has the pick of the action.
In the Ryman Premier division, Tunbridge were looking to continue their promotion charge at home to Grays, and they went ahead inside 20 minutes. Tom Phipp rose highest to flick Luke Allen's corner past keeper Amadou Tangara to claim his 4th goal of the season. On the half-hour mark, the home side were awarded a big chance to double their lead. The referee had judged this trip from Etienne Mukanja Caballo on Tom Parkinson, enough to award a penalty. Up stepped Alex Akrofi to take the spot kick and score his first of 2 goals of the afternoon and his 10th of the season. Keeper Tangara can count himself a little unlucky not to have kept that one out after getting a strong hand on the ball. Akrofi then doubled his tally for the afternoon and moved to 11 goals in the league, Phipps this time turning provider, picking out Akrofi to head past Tangara. Grays came out strong in the second half and gave themselves a bit of hope. Luke Watkins showed his strength to hold off James Folkes. Then just when Folkes thought he'd done enough to get the right side of his man, his deflection sent the ball the wrong way past Tony Di Bernardo. But into stoppage time, Tunbridge made sure of the point. This floated cross to the back post was headed back across goal, but then hit the hands of Grays defender Jonathan Ashton. Another penalty to the Angels. Andrew McCollin, who was back in the side to make his first appearance since August, was the man to take, sending the keeper the wrong way to dispatch the ball home, sealing all 3 points for Tunbridge. The other result in the league saw Folkestone go down 4-2 at home to Worthing. Ramsgate too were in great form as they went into their home match with 3rd place Carshalton, but the league top scorer Tommy Bradford put that record in jeopardy. Some fine one-touch play from the Robins on the counter-attack led to Bradford having the simplest of finishes to finish inside the box. Former Gillingham striker Aaron Milbank has been in a rich vein of form of late and drew the home side level just past the hour mark. Alfie Paxman's pinpoint pass found left-back Jack Penny in plenty of space to pick out Milbank so he could slide in at the back post. 10 minutes ago and 10 men on the pitch, Ramsgate conceded a second. This free kick dropped kindly for Sekou Kaba to smash home and seal all 3 points for the Sutton side. Elsewhere in the division, Herne Bay's match with Chipstead was postponed. Chatham picked up a vital point away at Corinthian Casuals. Hyde's match with Moseley was also postponed, while Sittingbourne lost 2-0 at league leaders Tooting and Mitcham. In League 1, a last-minute Josh Parker equaliser wasn't enough to stop Gillingham slipping down to 18th following their 1-1 draw with fellow strugglers Port Vale. The Gills are now just 4 points above the drop zone. And in the National League, Dover and Maidstone both picked up hard-earned draws against Wrexham and York respectively. In the National League South, Dartford picked up a big 4-0 win away at Gosport. Margate's relegation-threatened season continued with a defeat at newly promoted Hampton, and Ebbsfleet won 3-0 at Whitehawk. Maidenhead's 2-1 defeat away at Hemel Hempstead meant that Ebbsfleet moved to the top of the table on goals scored, with Dartford hot on their heels in 3rd, just 1 point behind the leaders.
In basketball, Kent Crusaders were looking to move back into top spot with a win against Newham Neptunes on Saturday. James Shaw has the top 5 plays.
Kent Crusaders were looking to close the gap on Newcastle University as they beat lowly Newham Neptunes 109-76 to reclaim 2nd spot. The score was so big it couldn't even fit on the board. Here are the top 5 plays. In at number 5 is John Shapido with a beautiful 3-pointer. At number 4 is a former Crusader in Lucas Volskis with a fabulous 3-pointer of his own. He ended the afternoon as Newham's top scorer. Daniel Aiken's brilliant solo drive at the defence ending in a layup is number 3. Mohamed Adamu gets the top 2 plays. The first, a fantastic reflex shot. The second, another fine solo effort dribbling past the whole defence.
We talked about before the game needing to match their effort levels, how important defence was for us to be able to do that, and we just talked about after the game with the guys. I think that was the difference maker. Our ability to match them on the defensive end really did give us an opportunity to win the game. It gave us a great platform for us to get out in transition.
And finally, Jordan Church has returned to competitive pool action following a couple of years out of the game. We went to meet him at his own club in Raynham to discuss his comeback and try out some of his best trick shots. Larry Hawkins has rightly been taking all the plaudits following his Grand Prix victory at the weekend, but he's not the only Kent Kewist to have won something recently. Raynham's Jordan Church picked up the IPA World Doubles Championships in Bradford last week. The doubles consisted of 1 professional and 1 amateur player. Church was the amateur in the winning pair as the event marked his return to competitive pool following a break from the game.
I was paired with Clint Ianson, who's my old friend from the juniors who lives in Nottingham. So he was the pro for the team, I was the amateur. I used to be a professional, but I quit a few years ago, took a break from the game. So I've now come back as an amateur. It was a bit strange because I used to be ranked higher than Clint, but now he's one of the better players on the tour. So yeah, we were quite a strong pairing.
The Kent Potter was a hot prospect from an early age, twice winning the World Youth Championships. So how did he originally get into pool?
I was 9 years old and my parents had a pub in Lower Housetown, they had the 3 tons. So I used to play in there, I used to put beer towels down the pockets and steal all the free play. And we had a guy come in, he said I was pretty good. And he recommended that I trial for the Kent under-18s just to get some practice and some experience really. And somehow got in at 9 years old and never stopped playing since.
With more than 20 years of experience in the game, Church has learnt his fair share of trick shots. So did I have the steady hand and eagle eye to replicate some of his best.
Basically, I'm going to hit the yellow straight at the front. I'm going to put the yellow in the corner and the red in this one.
Although the symmetry of the pots wasn't quite as accurate, the result was the same. So after a 100% conversion rate, Jordan challenged me to a slightly trickier shot.
So the plan is, come off 3 cushions. As it comes around here, it rolls the cue away.
Yeah.
Comes down, pots the black.
It sounded simple enough, but perhaps not. Any tips, Jordan?
Rubbish. This time. Just trying to hit it a bit harder.
I increased the power and reaped the rewards.
Beautiful.
Jordan, how do you think I've got on?
Not too bad, yeah. I think the trophies are safe for the minute now.
The cheek of it. Back to the drawing board then, but maybe one day with a bit more practice, I can even try my hand at this shot. Keilan Webster, KMTV. That's all from us this evening. You can like our Facebook page, simply search for Team Talk. And don't forget to also follow us on Twitter, Instagram and Snapchat using the handle KM_Team Talk. We'll be back next Monday. Until then, good night.